What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is one number 5 of the season. We are rocking Galen, Colossus, and Titania. We do have a boss, and we do also have I think a mini boss as well. So very interesting fights here. But first up, you already know we got the boy Galen in war again. Galen has been making his Galen has made his debut. My battle group leader, who, also assigned me the boss, has been loving me bringing Galen into war. So, yeah. But also for this war, by the boss, I will be explaining what has happened, and also, what to really do in this situation. But, we'll get to it when we get to it. But as you can see, first fight now done. We move up. That's the first fight. Next up we have Mephisto, and we also have Sorcerer Supreme. Two very easy fights. So for this fight we use Colossus. Colossus is a great counter to Mephisto. Reason being is because he is Incinerate immune. And the more of his Orb of Incineration that comes up onto Colossus, and as you can see here, Steady Unblockable is Fry. Well, that node is not really affecting Mephisto here. So when it came to replacements, some of the placements were all over the place, and this was one of the placements that were all over the place. Definitely over here, Spider Hand would have been really good. But I'm not giving any ideas. Anyway, as you can see here, Colossus is basically rinsing Mephisto right now as we speak. Use one, which is perfect. I parry heavy, go straight for an L2. No Orb Incineration, which is perfect. And he hasn't had Orb Incineration the entire fight. This is actually like the most fortunate Mephisto fight I've ever had. Like, ever. Which is really good. So now Orb Incineration props, but it doesn't even matter. Fight's over. Next up, Sorcerer Supreme. So for Sorcerer, I was like, we can just use Titania. Titania is not a bad option against here. So we have Steady Unblockable, Crumbling Armor. So I was like, yeah, Titania is really good here. So we're starting off strong with Titania. As you can see here, we are doing damage, we are putting in the work. The suppression is basically reducing her power gain by literally a lot, to the point where we got L2. Well, then we got to our L1 first. So I'm just waiting for the AI. We have an unsteady debuff on us, which is fine. I have no issue with the unsteady. L3 right here, and the fight's done. You get it easily just L2 and the fight would have been over. But it doesn't even matter, the fight's done here. We move up, and that's it. Next up we have two more fights here. One being Teddy Parker, and the next being Rintrah. So we have Stunning Reflection, Polka Dot Power, and also Stun Vulnerability. So just like what I showed you last video, we're going to be doing it the same in this video. Ramp up Galen, use the heavy attack, and then we just continue that rotation because we're not able to gain anything basically unless if I use a Power Star 1 boost. So I tried to go for an intercept. Game said no. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So basically what I'm trying to do here is what I realized is that the more I build up the power of Galactus, the more burst damage it's going to do. So I'm trying to build it up as much as I possibly can. Right now we have 230, and this is great because I can stall off. I have healing, I have Unstoppable, So I basically set here, and Penny Parker is literally just, you know, auto block, which is fine. Penny Parker could auto block all she want to, burst damage. And we still have that physical resistance, we still have the energy resistance, so we're basically set. We're basically, this fight is literally ours. And we're just doing the exact same thing. We're just trying to bait out L1. And Penny's not doing it, but we're just trying. She finally uses it, which is perfect. And as you can see, it's just doing the same thing. I'm just trying to bait it. She really wants to use L2. But I'm legit saying it, no, we're not going to use L2. So after this L1, just heavy attack right here. And as you can see, we're regenerating a decent amount. And then the burst damage, 15%. I was like, let's go. That's perfect. So now we just do it again. And as you can see, she's just being rinsed. Now, this isn't like the best thing for Galen. You know, you really want to see that burst damage immediately. But it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So we're just gonna put it right here, just for safekeeping. It doesn't matter if she's being defensive or not, it doesn't matter to me because the energy and the burst damage is going to kill her. So I just back off and there we go. She was being defensive, that's not my issue. Now, this is for my battle group leader at Gunga Bob. So I'm gonna tell you what goes on in this fight, why Titania is actually a decent option for this fight, but she is not the best option for this fight, and you know, and just some other stuff as well on what rotation I could have used in this fight, because I've used Titania once against Rintrah and it worked, but again, she is not the best option to use for Rintrah. So we started off here with the, you know, we just go in being aggressive. As you can see, yeah, the willpower mastery. In this case, if they have the willpower mastery, it's not good for Titania at all. She does not have damaging debuff, she only has energy damaging debuffs, basically. So, you know, when, you know, you go unstoppable and whatnot. So right here, I messed up Rintrah. I wasn't, you know, looking at his thing. I haven't fought Rintrah in such a long time that I really messed up at that point in time. So I'm waiting, I'm being defensive, I'm really waiting. But he's not being aggressive whatsoever. He constantly uses it. And as you can see here, that whole mess up really screwed me over. But I was like, okay, this is fine. Again, I have fought Rintrah before as a boss. I have done it. I think I have the video on the channel, I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure though. And as you can see right here, immediately uses L1. I was like, are you serious? Now here's the thing that's going, he dashes back and he doesn't parry. He doesn't parry. He held that for a long time. Let me go back. Oh, he didn't hold it for a long time, but he dashes back and parries. I was like, are you serious? So that was another thing that messed me up in the fight. So, again, I'm not trying to get a solo here. I already know I'm not going to get a solo. I'm trying to at least do this fight twice, so that, you know, the next person who cleans up is able to make this fight a little bit easier, not able to get down. Use the L1. So I was like, okay, let's go for an L3. Again, let's see if he uses his L1 again. And so I'm like, okay, let's do this. And he immediately uses it again. I was like, are you serious? So that's one main thing that really hinders Titania from going into this fight. If he's just going to mainly use special attacks, most likely. He's just going to use it. And that's the thing that really hindered me from this fight. I'm gonna name the thing that hindered me from this fight. Because usually when I use Titania, and y'all have seen me use Titania against Doom, Mojo, and also Rintra as well. I know I have a fight here with Rintra that I beat him after I died once, but none of them has used their special attack. But this AI does, and I was like, what? So I'm planning on finding a healing. So I skip here, heal her up, fight begins, right? So 67%. I was like, okay, let's do this rotation. So I think what I do here is I try to go for L2s now. But as you can see here, I'm still getting thing. So well, I feel like the best option when it comes to Rintra, if I get assigned this boss, and I know that my battle group leader will be watching this video, I feel that the best option when it comes to me, definitely Ghost. Definitely Ghost. I would love to rock Ghost against Rintra because she rinses. And I'm pretty sure I have done a Rintra boss fight against, as Ghost. And it's insane what Ghost can do. Titania is also a really good option if the AI cooperates with you. As you can see here, the AI just in general, this war has not been cooperating with me. It's been just really, really, really bad. Right there, I forgot that 15 stacks, he goes unstoppable, and now I'm just dying. He finally uses L2, I'm gonna use L1. I'm trying to race to an L3. I use the L3 too early. But it's still working. He finally does not use a special. And the input dropped right there. There was my free heavy attack. The free 3 heavy attacks I get, the input dropped at the second heavy attack. I was like, are you serious? I dex that. I try to intercept. I try to dex back, and the fight is done. I was the first two fights. The first fight, the AI was being way too aggressive and did not hold block during his thing, when the aggressiveness was there. Like how I would do this Rintra boss fight that I usually do against Rintra, go to L3, rinse and repeat. That's how I usually do it. And he didn't do it this time, he was just going with the L3, using the L1s. And that really hindered me in the first fight, and also the willpower mastery as well, that also really hindered me as well. Another thing when it came to the second boss fight is whatchamacallit. I forgot when it came to the second boss fight. When I did it the second time. Um, they dropped input right there the second time. That also hindered me as well. And just a massive amount of debuffs, and I just could not get any burst damage in because he was just really healing. So majority of the time, if there's going to be a Rintra boss fight, there are just going to be healing. But this was a nice test to see how Titania would be handled in the Lion Tour. I still think that she is a really good option, but not as like the very first option that you would like for her to be in. I feel that she is the second best option to do. If the AI, if you're down one, you have one more thing left, and you're like, okay, let's play it safe. Let's bring in Titania. She has unstoppable, indestructible, all of this stuff, all of these pieces of utility. If you play it right, you're able to get this fight done. I feel like that's the best spot where you're able to put Titania in. But other than that, I've done my job, and fortunately, we did get the boss down, and we did end up winning the war. Very, very, very happy about that. So there you go, Gunga Bob. Hopefully my explanation was good for not just you, but everybody else. Again, Titania is a good candidate against Rintra for Alliance War, but it just depends on if they have willpower, if the AI cooperates with you, and if your inputs don't drop like in the second fight. And thank you guys for watching. Take care and have an absolutely amazing day.